Hello everyone, this is Dominique Narciso and I'm a success coach, and welcome to my show, The Dom Narciso Show, where every week I teach you about success habits, happiness habits, and also how to live a positive and impactful life. So this week I want to talk about a big challenge that we all face, either as business owners, professionals, as parents, as spouses, and that's fear. What do you do when fear starts to creep into your thoughts? And so I get this question a lot because when clients or when workshop participants see me, they're like, Dom, how did you get over, the fear of speaking in front of people? Or how did you get over the fear of, not knowing what entrepreneurship is going to bring you? And the one thing that I can say that will defeat fear at any time in your life is to acknowledge it first and then take action second. We're all gonna feel fear. Sometimes it's like the scary fear, sometimes it's the healthy fear. And when we're trying to do something new and trying to do something different in our lives, we're always gonna feel a little bit anxious because it's different and it's something that we haven't tried before, or we don't know what the outcome will be. But that's also the beauty of jumping in to the things that scare you the most, because those are the places and those are the types of activities that are gonna grow you. If you keep doing the same things over and over again and you kind of feel stagnant and stuck in your life, your days kind of just melt into each other because it's all kind of like the same day repeated over and over again. Well, that's a chance for you to stop and interrupt your pattern of living and look at your life in a different way and start to think of, what are the old dreams that you had or the new dreams you have? What are the things that you want to do that you've just kind of been thinking about for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, maybe for like the past 10 years, and you've just never taken action on it? Well, what I hope you can do after watching this video is to acknowledge that, you are scared of doing something, but then to just go and do it. Go and take action, just even if it's a simple, small action towards the thing that scares you most. So for example, if you're starting a new career and you'd have no idea like where to begin and what to do or how to do it, the first thing to do in order to get over your fear of that potential new career is to gather information. Buy a book, talk to someone who does that career, or go to watch a video of someone that is actually in that type of career who talks about what are the ins and outs of that type of profession. A second thing is, if you're really scared about doing something you've never done before, sometimes you just have to push yourself and tell yourself, if I do this action, I'm gonna be okay with whatever the outcome will be, and accepting that. Either you'll be successful, you'll have a little bit of progress, or you'll be a complete failure. And to be okay with all of those outcomes alleviates the fear. So let me give you a very brief example of something that I'm super scared of, but I know that I need to build up my skill set, and that's public speaking. I'm pretty comfortable in a room of, I would say, 10 to 20 people, but anything more than that, I get very jittery, and I get in a place where I'm in my head and no longer thinking about the message that I'm trying to say to my audience. So I'll give you a very brief example. Just this past week, I had the opportunity to talk to over 400 students and teachers at a local school, and they had a humongous auditorium with like a big stage. Maybe, I don't even know how big the stage was, maybe like 20 feet by like 15 feet. So it was huge. It was a huge space. And they had this big like back screen projector, and a lot of the speakers during the assembly had a PowerPoint. And I didn't have anything. And I was introducing a new course that I was providing for the students called the Success Studio. And when I got up there, I didn't know what to do with the space because it was so big, but I wanted to connect to the audience. And so I was kind of like in this, not in the middle, but on the side, going back and forth. And then I was doing this thing to my hand where I was kind of like talking like this, and I'm like, why is my hand doing this? And I had practiced this speech several times, days prior, but when I actually got up there and I was delivering the message, it was very different because I was actually in that space of like, okay, there's my fear, and now I'm gonna be courageous and step forward and actually say the speech. And I learned from it. And at the end, you know, I felt like I could have done better. There was a moment during the speech where the production person had turned on the light to give me a spotlight, and it kind of blinded me for a second. So I lost my train of thought and it distracted me, but then I tried to get back into what I was saying. And so all in all, it was a great experience. I know now what it feels like to work on a bigger stage. And that for me was something I've never done before. And so instead of not saying yes to that, instead of saying no to that opportunity, I said, yeah, sure, I'll speak at the assembly, because I knew that it was pushing my comfort zone. And when you're doing things that are pushing the boundary of your comfort zone, you're growing. And when you're growing, more opportunities to grow will show up. Because now you know what it's like to do the thing that scares you. So then that scary thing becomes scarier and scarier because you're doing bigger and bigger things. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of, you know, just my thought process and how I deal with fear myself. So hopefully it'll give you an opportunity to, you know, take the plunge and take action towards the things that you're scared of most so that you can grow as a person. Thank you so much. You all are awesome. You know, I do these weekly vlogs, so definitely subscribe to my channel. And also you can check out my website, which is http://domnarciso.mykajabi.com, where you can also opt in for my weekly emails. Thank you so much. Leave a comment below if you like this video or if you want a different topic, just let me know and I'll be sure to make that content for you. Thank you again and have an awesome week.